Welcome back everyone to my channel, and today I want to talk to you guys something that's kind of I guess you could say, relatable. I want to focus something more on, I want to do something that's not entirely, focused on like comic book related and stuff. Today I want to focus something more on, on the autism Asperger side of pop culture. Now you're probably wondering what I mean by this. Well, I mean with the fact how autism and Asperger's is reflected into our pop culture. So I feel like when Rain Man first came out in, I believe, 1988, I would say. But anyway, ever since Rain Man came out in the late 80s, I feel like Rain Man became that spark of, initiating, characters, not just with, with autism and Asperger's, but characters, who have, any neurological disability to say with, And, in modern society, how we reflect onto these kind of things, we're being shown more, kind of more spotlight with Asperger's, autism, into the playing field in cinema and TV and whatnot. And to be honest, it's really a good thing and really interesting thing to, that how entertainment is doing this nowadays. Because, it shows people who aren't on the spectrum, or who may know someone on it, it gives the audience, a certain point of view of what a character with, the autism, Asperger's, what they go through every day. It shows us, what their life is like, how they, how the world around them is, what their world is like to them. It's really, just an important concept, and personally, I feel like we don't focus or talk about it as much, compared to other issues or things and stuff like that. This is really more, just to help you guys understand what it's like, to be a person on a spectrum, And the thing is, you gotta realize is that no two people on the spectrum are the same, anyway, that no two people are the same at all, Everyone is different in their own way, Everyone has their own unique traits and, what makes them great and stuff. I want to talk about this because, like I said, I feel like this is something that's not really talked about as much with, despite, I know it's being shown a little bit more somewhat into TV and movies and whatnot, but this is still a big issue that I feel, deserves to be more addressed, and, we're not really addressing it as much. So, and this is really, and that's okay at the same time, because, it gives the audience the chance to realize, hey, maybe this is something, we could talk about. This is something, we could tackle on, or whatever, So, aside from Rain Man from Rain Man, I should say, there are other characters, other fictional characters who are on the spectrum, including Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory, Sean Murphy from The Good Doctor, Sam Gardner from Atypical, and Adam Rakai from Adam. It's and then there's, characters who aren't exactly diagnosed, but who show symptoms like Sherlock Holmes, And, what I like about Sherlock Holmes is, he has traits, that kind of relate to, to me, and I'm sure any other person on the spectrum as a matter of well, Sherlock Holmes has an incredible ability to focus incredibly on every little detail, He has one really good friend, John Watson. His emotions for others, they're not the greatest. He's unaware to courtesies of normal social interaction, and he doesn't talk as much as he does with lecturing people on why he's right or what the crime scene is or whatever. This is something, especially in modern society, where it's important to focus on these kind of things, And I bring this up to you because, there's a lot of changes and, a lot of awareness being brought into, the autism and Asperger's and neurological community, It's such, a really wonderful thing once you understand what the person on the spectrum is going through, And I feel like that's sometimes why these shows are made. These shows and movies are made to show you, the audience, to help you guys get a better understanding what a person on the spectrum is like. And, this is, really something that's really great to focus on. This is a wonderful thing. Now, you also got to keep in mind sometimes, how accurate and well does Hollywood and other studios, how well it's portrayed with the neurological disability. And personally, I'd say 9 out of 10 times, the things, what they show is, pretty well accurate for me, I would say. I don't know about anyone else. You guys let me know what you think about it, but what your 2 cents on the whole topic is, is Hollywood doing enough about it? Are we as a society doing enough about it? Should we do more? But, this is really a good topic to talk about because, like I said, this is something that's not really brought up upon. And, I was going to think about maybe later bringing this up, but, maybe wait till April, for Autism Awareness Month. But I'd rather bring it out now because, I feel like, what's been going on in the world, I feel like this is also an important thing to address, even though, it may not seem like a big deal, but to certain people, it's everything. It's the world, it's all people, some people have. And, autism, is something really just brings out, the best in a person, or really brings out, character traits, it shows you how unique and how special a person can really be, it helps you understand, what person, what irritates them, what makes them really comfortable. For instance, I'm really comfortable in this particular outfit and gel, so I find this Hawaiian button-down shirt really comfortable. This is kind of my safe closure outfit. I really enjoy this Raiders hat. This is a pretty dope hat. I really enjoy comic books. My particular advanced knowledge on comics and sports and whatnot, you know. All those things, you know, that make me me, you know, those, you know, bring up it makes, you know, makes me stand out from people. And, you know, I feel like my autism helps me a great deal with that. It's really something, you know, not too many people can relate on, because, you know, autism or Asperger's isn't exactly, you know, like, it's not, you know, I wouldn't say rare, but not common at the same time. It's kind of like one of those middle ground things, you know. It's just, it's in between, you know. It's not rare, it's not common. It's, you know, it's kind of there's a chance you'll get it, a chance you won't be born with it, but whatever. But I'm trying, you know, and with some other people on the spectrum, you know, there are things that irritate them. There's some things, no matter how small, there's some things, you know, they really enjoy. You know, some people on the spectrum really enjoy, say, like, you know, like cars or toys, or, I mean, really anything, trains, or, you know, they're interested in just the interest in fascination upon anything, you know, is what makes them unique, and the knowledge about it is what makes them incredibly special. It's, you know, having that kind of, you know, that intelligence and mentality to, you know, understand and view the world for what it is, you know. The world for people like me, it can be small, but it can also feel big at the same time, if that makes any sense. You know, what I mean is, you know, some days, you know, there's so much you have, you know, that so much you're comfortable with that you don't want to go outside of, you know, your safe zone, you know. You don't want change, but sometimes the changes can be good, and sometimes you gotta tackle the changes, otherwise there's no progress being really made. And it's really stuff like autism, you know, that brings out, you know, that helps bring people together. And with this channel and everything, you know, it helps me a lot to know that you guys are willing to listen and, you know, take time out of your day to, you know, it's nice to know that you, the audience, are willing to listen to me, a person on the spectrum, you know, that you're willing to take 10 or whatever minutes there is, or how long these vlogs are, you know. It's just something, you know, that really means a whole lot to me. And to people who know people on the spectrum, you know, it means a lot to them as well, if not the whole world, you know. It's really an important thing that I wish personally would be brought up more in society. But yeah, that's really about all I want to say. I don't want to drag too much on with this topic, but that's just my couple of cents with it. You know, I feel that the entertainment industry is doing better with bringing Asperger's, autism into the spotlight. So I will give the entertainment industry that for credit, but you know, I'll give them credit to bringing awareness. But you know, there's so much more to do, and you know, we've only just touched the tip of the iceberg with this, and there's so much more that we need to work on. There's so much progress we need to make, and there's so much more to bring awareness and, you know, help people be aware of this kind of stuff. And yeah, it's really just, you know, it's not a bad thing, you know. I want to bring that up right now. I don't want anyone to, you know, think I'm taking this into a negative level. It's not. All right? It's a wonderful thing, you know. Once you understand, there's a lot of ups and downs with it. Sure, you know, I have my bad days and whatnot, but, you know, there's really a lot, you know, a lot of the bright side. I like to think about it, and it's really something enjoyable that, you know, I enjoy having this vast knowledge. You know, I like, you know, having the ability to pretty much own a Raiders hat. Seems weird, but yeah, same thing with this button down. You know, I like to know that there are some things I'm comfortable with. I'm also very comfortable with the fact that, you know, I wear sleeveless shirts. Like, I can't wear anything else but, you know, the muscle tank tops, you know. For some reason, I don't know why, it just gives me comfort, and, you know, there are some things for other people on the spectrum who find comfort in things. So, yeah, I don't want to drag too much into it. Maybe I'll expand more on the topic in the future. I don't know. But, yeah, thank you guys for taking your time out of the day to watch this. This is a personal, kind of a personal one, and yeah, next video I might get back into more geek stuff, or I might go into another. Comment below what you guys want to see. You know, I'll give you guys the opportunity what you guys want to see, you know. Alrighty, you all stay safe out there.